Smoulder, my love, really? Really? What's the deal? I don't know why hiding under your basking spot seems like a good idea. But look at this, you got your tail in your poop. Really, dude? Well, you ate nearly all your greens. That's a good thing. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, big man. Why are you hiding? Is it because your shed is starting to try to come off your neck? What's that about, Mr. Smoulder? I know. But I have to clean up your enclosure. And I do have some tasty worms for you if you're so interested. Since you've emptied out your little body, you're probably interested. All right, I'm going to clean your house and put you back on your basking spot, and then we'll see if you're interested. Hi. How are you today, sir? How are you? You're blurry, aren't you? Okay. I don't know why. Let's find out. Not sure. Oh, it's getting better. All right, my handsome one. Well, let's get your house back in order and get it cleaned up. Clean your tail because, oh my goodness. Yeah, and then we'll try and see if you're hungry. You're probably not because you ate so many greens, but we'll see. All right, handsome man, here we go. Back in a flash. I know. Hi, Smoulder. Apparently we're holding hands for a minute. I'm only assuming this must mean thank you for doing my house. You're welcome, baby. You're welcome. I know. I love you very much. But I have to have my hand back, and you got to have yours back if we're going to eat some feeders. Okay? Cute little man. I know. And don't worry. That shed's going to go in probably not more than 2 days. It'll be peeling off. You'll feel better. Okay? You're so handsome, Smoulder. All right, let's see if you'll eat some protein so you can make some more scales. What do you think, Bubba? Should we try it? Let's try it. What the heck? Nothing ventured, right, my love? I mean, you know. Oops, that was my fault. Here you go. Good job, Smoulder. Some tasty wormies. These are nice and gut-loaded and shiny and crunchy and ever so delicious. Right? Yeah, you're just inhaling your share too, aren't you? I know. Ruby did pretty well too, but she fizzled out after just a few. We'll see how you do. Yeah. You're good about everything though. You ate your dubias like you knew what you were doing, and you eat your worms like nobody's business. And I promise I'm trying to get hornworms. I really, really am. So as soon as they come, we'll get you some. Would you like this one? You don't want that one? Why not? Because it wasn't moving? How about that one? Yeah, there you go. You got him. Look at this, Smoulder. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. No, that's it? Just 7, and that's the end of that tune? How about if it moves along here? Still no, huh? I don't know. There you go. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah. They're doing all of the information in Miami today, Smoulder. Did you know that? Yes, they are. They're making decisions about that despicable Holy Thursday massacre and how things were handled, which I think we can all agree was badly. Yeah. Don't worry, Smoulder. There's not going to come a time that you're not going to be here. That's all there is to that. Tell them, everybody, don't come after my dragons or else, huh? Yeah. I know it. But those poor snakes, that was a terrible, terrible thing. It was. So I hope tomorrow, when some of the rest of the reptile community, who really know what they're talking about and who raise a bunch of snakes, as well as dragons and monitor lizards and a few other things, let them know what's what for the rest of us on all of our behalf, huh? Yes. To tell everybody, theFloridaChannel.org, so you can view the meeting, because guys, this is some important stuff. So that's what's happening with that. Well, that's 10, buddy. You know what, you need more, or are you pretty good? Let's see what's going on. That one's trying to be difficult. He thinks if he hangs on to the tongs, it will save him. Little does he know, it will not. Yeah, boy. So that's what's happening. I have a video, guys, that I've been trying to get on here for 2 days about a couple of cool products that I found. I found some milk thistle seed that is meant to go on their greens or in a slurry to help combat fatty liver disease, which is unfortunately something that our domesticated dragons are very prone to. So, you know, any port in a storm. And I also found some really cool toothbrushes that work really well on them. So I'm trying to get that video up. I don't know why it's been up. Well, I tried to post it about a day and a half ago. YouTube's taking its sweet time. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, I don't know. It's crazy. But hopefully that'll be up soon. And yeah, if you get a chance, tune in to the Fish and Wildlife Commission meeting that's happening in Miami. If you can't get the FloridaChannel.org, O-R-G, come on, don't waste this shed one. It's a good one. Good job. You can check some of the other reptile channels that have other, I think, other listings for ways to view it. I think Tipping Scales has one. Nerd probably has one. Intrepid Reptiles has a listing as well. So if you get an opportunity and you can't get through on FloridaChannel.org, check out one of their sites for one of their links. It should work better. But I think it's important that we all know what's going on. For some reason, and you know, the reason why is probably a multifaceted thing. A lot of states follow suit with what Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission does with their wildlife. I don't know. Maybe it's because they have a lot of wildlife. I don't know why the states do it. They seem to want to use whatever they come up with as a model. None of us can afford the model they're trying to push. One of the things that they're doing is, instead of having a blacklist, which is what they've had, where they list the prohibited and conditional species, they want to have a white list, meaning unless you're on the white list, you can't have them. So can you imagine the headaches that are going to occur? Not to mention, what if they forget to add bearded dragons? Or what if they forget to add iguanas? Or what if they forget to add ball pythons or geckos? Then it gives them every right to come out and remove your animals and do with them as they will, including euthanizing them if they feel like that's what they want to do. And after the sadistic behavior that was shown by the officers that went out to Chris Coffey's establishment, yeah, that's not happening. So I contacted our Fish and Wildlife Commission out here in California and told them how despicable it was what Florida did, and that it was going to be a huge problem and a massive fight if they thought they were going to follow suit out here. And they have assured me they have no intention of following anything that Florida's doing. So, okay. That's probably due to Governor Newsom, who's pretty amazing. He's our governor. We have a pocket of, well, I won't say a pocket. We have a couple of counties out here between Los Angeles and San Diego where there are a lot of the other political party, and they've been trying to cause him problems forever. But the reality is, he's a really good guy. He's a little bit too, in my opinion, I think he bows a little too much to pressure, which has been a problem. One of the things that occurred that I couldn't believe he did it. LA closed their beaches when COVID was at its high point. Our county, which is next door to their county, closed ours as well. But there were some people in our county that made such a stink. I mean, imagine, insisting on going to the beach even if you get COVID and die. I don't know, people are too much. Anyway, so there was a lot of petitions, a lot of rabble-rousing, a lot of protesting. Anyway, he ended up opening our beaches because our county's COVID numbers weren't bad. Right. Guess what happened after the beaches were open? I probably don't even have to tell you. So I thought that was a really, not a smart thing for him to do. But I'm happy to report that those kind of situations with him are few and far between, which is kind of wonderful. So, so I wasn't surprised when Fish and Wildlife said, yeah, we're not following suit. I asked them if they had seen the footage from Florida's FWC, and the person I talked to had not seen it. They said that they were aware of the situation. Apparently all the FWCs in the nation were made aware of it real quick. But the one person I talked to had not personally seen it. So I was describing the carnage that ensued and how inappropriate it was, and how, not only did they go out there in a slaughter fest, but that they had actually coerced him into doing a constructive seizure 14 months prior, made him house them, feed them, and continue to care for them. And they did nothing. They didn't reimburse. They didn't do anything. They just randomly came out. You're finished. Okay. And decided, that's the day it's gonna be done. And the sick part was, because they didn't allow him, the other part of having the constructive seizure is none of them could go MIA. Like, there couldn't be anybody missing if they came out to inspect, which they did periodically. So they told him, you can't rehome anymore. They're not in your custody anymore. They're in our custody. They're just staying here while you maintain them. We try to decide what to do. But yeah, you can't sell them out of state or anything. And the sick part was, guys, he had homes. He had homes for all 30 plus snakes that were slaughtered. None of them needed to die. All they had to do was allow him to place them in the homes he already had available out of state. So that makes it all the shadier and more weaselly than it is now, huh, Smoulder? The audacity, right? I know. That's how I feel too. Blep, huh? I know. Scuzzbags. That's really what it was about. So it was just so despicable, so many different ways around it. I can't even, it's hard to conceive that something so gross has been going on. Unfortunately, it's been a lot of these kind of things in the last few years. So, I mean, we're losing how many people a day in mass shootings? We can't figure it out. So I shouldn't be surprised. Here you go, Smoulder. Enjoy your full tummy, buddy. And your clean house. So I shouldn't be surprised. the waste of life, the total disregard for the sanctity of that life, that to ask the owner, do you want to help us? Really? Help you murder my animal? Sure, let's just do it. No. Do I look like Charles Manson or Ted Bundy or someone? Yeah, no. So, yeah, it was just the level of despicable. None of us want that in our states, right, guys? We just don't want it. So, hopefully by now you've signed up at least for the free newsletter through US ARC. Please do so if you haven't, and please read it when it comes to you, because we need to know. You're always, believe me, we are always the last ones to know when some kind of sneaky litigation is trying to get through. If it hadn't been for US ARC, the Lacey Act would probably have gone through virtually unnoticed, which would have been a big problem for a lot of reptile owners. So the only way we can act is we have to know what's going on. So hopefully, we'll be able to have a little more insight once we get our newsletters. They just managed to stop a reptile ban that was happening in Richmond, Virginia. So that's good. But, they're all over the country, you guys. It's really not okay. So, anyway, guys. Say bye, Mr. Smoulder. Say we'll check you on the next one. All right. Bye, guys.